Good Saturday morning, everyone. Welcome back to Weather with Sim again. I hope you guys are all having a great Saturday so far, and as well as a great start to your weekend. And it is January 11th, 2025, and in today's forecast, we are going to be talking about a huge weather pattern change that's going to be coming to the United States after the middle of January, and this is pretty much going to be from January 18th all the way through the 25th of January when we'll experience this huge change. And what this is going to bring is this is going to bring the potential for heavy rain farther down to the south. This is also going to bring a lot of cold air on into the United States, especially as we could be seeing those negatives across much of the United States too as well. So we will definitely need to watch this closely. But if you are new here to the YouTube channel, or if you haven't click that subscribe button already, make sure to click that subscribe button down below, as we do daily forecasts on this channel, and we will sometimes even do more than one update on this channel depending on how active the weather is. So make sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't done that already. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up as well, those are much appreciated, and of course make sure to share this with any family, friends, or even on social media that you know. Make sure to do that, and that would be much appreciated. But let's first start off by giving you guys a update on what we can expect for the rest of today and perhaps even into the next few days. And this is just to show you that we still got a little bit of this winter storm to continue to watch for, as we still got a little bit of winter weather alerts. But this system has mostly died down though, so this isn't really going to cause any significant impacts, but this will still cause a little bit of light snowfall in some places, so we will continue to watch that. We also got some winter storm watches, winter storm warnings, and even some winter weather advisories in effect for these areas, even in the higher elevations out there in the west. So we will also continue to watch those. And of course, one of our biggest concerns are going to be those wildfires down there around the Los Angeles area. Those have been ongoing during the last few days, and we are going to continue to watch that area very closely as more wildfires does appear possible, as we still got those fire weather alerts still currently in effect. But the main thing that we are really going to need to watch for is going to be this next big system that could be bringing a lot of heavy rainfall down there in the deep south. And as you guys can see, we will be tracking this as we get into Saturday, January 18th, where we could be seeing pretty much heavy rainfall across this entire corridor right there. And this will pretty much even move eastward, just continuing to bring those impacts even over there in the Georgia, Florida, and even the Carolinas, pretty much the next few days after Saturday, January 18th. So we gotta watch this system very closely, as this could be one of our next big weather makers to impact our area. But we definitely gotta really keep an eye on this, like I said, as this is definitely looking to potentially even bring a little bit of severe weather, and as well as a little bit of flooding. And just to show you guys why we are concerned about that system, and this is mainly because the latest from the Climate Prediction Center has issued a moderate risk for heavy rainfall across this entire region of the United States, which pretty much includes the entirety of the Dixie Valley region all the way back over there into Louisiana, and as well as south east parts of Texas. So definitely something to keep an eye on, as the Climate Prediction Center is also very confident about the system rolling on through, which once again, this could even bring some severe weather if the system does go true. But as of right now though, this could still change a little bit, as we are still a little far out. And then after that, we will also be tracking the potential for below normal temperatures from the 19th all the way to the 23rd of January, depending on your location. So pretty much over here in the east, we will be tracking below normal temperatures anywhere from the 21st of January all the way to the 24th of January. If you live a little farther to the west, we will be tracking below normal temperatures from the 19th all the way to the 23rd of January. And then if you live over here out in the west, we will be tracking below normal temperatures from the 18th all the way to the 22nd of January. So a little bit of a different time frame for each region of the United States, but we will still be seeing those below average temperatures from January 18th all the way to the 24th of January, as a lot of this cold air is really going to surge on in. And just to show you guys that, look how much cold air will be surging on in during that time. We're going to be seeing below normal temperatures across much of the west, all the way back down there into the Southern Plains, Dixie Valley region, even parts there of the Ohio Valley, Midwest, upper Midwest, Great Lakes, and even the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. Those will be all the areas to really keep an eye on closely, as this cold air is just going to really bring a lot of cold temperatures around, possibly even some areas getting down there into the negatives. So we definitely got to watch this very closely, as this could be one of our biggest Arctic blasts of the season so far. But things are still looking to change a little bit, though, as this is also still a little far out. But this is definitely looking a lot more concerning, especially given the fact that models have even been consistent with a huge Arctic blast or even a polar vortex over the last few days. So this is definitely going to be something to watch for as we get from January 18th all the way to the 24th of January, and this could very well happen on January 24th or 21st as well during that time frame. So we will definitely keep an eye on it for you. And then after that, we will also be tracking even some high winds too as well, just to show you that that cold air could even cause some high winds and even some winter storms around. And as you guys can see, we will be tracking some potential for high winds across much of this region during the same time frame, and same with that heavy snowfall. So we're pretty much going to be seeing that potential for blizzard conditions if this does go true, because once again, with that potential for both heavy snow and high winds in some of these same areas, that could very well bring blizzard conditions as we get from January 18th all the way to the 24th of January. So it's always best to really be keeping an eye on this, as we could be seeing some more winter storms later on. But from what we know so far, though, things could still change, as this has kind of been shifting around a little bit, but this is definitely something to really keep an eye on closely, as this could really cause some significant impacts as we get into that time frame. But things could still change, though. And just to show you guys how this pattern will play out after everything that we looked at, because once again, we're going to be seeing that potential for heavy rain down there in the south and southeast, pretty much across this area, when we're going to have that warmer air around. And then after that, just a few days later, after that warm air surge on in, we're going to see that huge Arctic blast that we just talked about a second ago. That's really going to be bringing those temperatures as far down south as the Dixie Valley region, which some areas could even get down into the single digits if this really does become a strong one. So definitely something to keep an eye on closely, as much of the United States could experience something like this. But from what we know so far, though, this could still change, but with this even pushing all the warm air out, because if we go back one, you guys could see how we had that warm air across that area, but then if we go a few days later, all that warm air got pushed out to sea, which usually when these two air masses collide with each other, that usually creates some pretty big storm systems. So we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on that very closely, as things should definitely be a little bit more active as we get into the later part of January. And that's exactly what the Climate Prediction Center is showing as the 8 to 14 day outlooks. This pretty much goes from January 18th all the way to the 24th of January, just like what we looked at when we were looking at all those hazards. And as you guys can see, much of the United States, including areas as far down south as the Gulf Coast, could really be seeing those below normal temperatures, as the Climate Prediction Center is saying anywhere from a 70 to 80% chance of below normal temperatures, guys. So they are very confident about below normal temperatures across this area, and same with above normal precipitation, as we could be seeing above normal precipitation across much of this area, especially if this jet stream sets up right, because from what I'm seeing right now, the jet stream is going to be pretty wild, especially for how the above normal precipitation precipitation area set up, so it could be very well something like this where they dip down, bringing heavy rainfall down here in the deep south, and even some heavy snowfall up here just north there of the Tennessee Valley, and then curve right back up the east coast, also bringing some potential above normal precipitation there too as well. So definitely something to watch for, as some of the United States especially out here to the west, might even be dry due to how that jet stream is shaping up. But like I said, though, it is definitely something that could still change as we are still heading over 9-10 days out from now. But this is definitely looking concerning, as some of the models have been consistent with this. Now, the final things we're going to look at is your total rain and also your total snowfall. This is what's going to give us the good idea on where to expect all that precipitation, and it looks to mostly be down here along the Gulf Coast where we have the most confidence about that heavy rainfall occurring. And even though the GFS model does not show a lot of rainfall across this area, we could still be seeing some major changes with the model, so they could pretty much be showing something like this and then changing back over to well above normal precipitation from these areas, which is something I would definitely watch for, as the Climate Prediction Center is definitely confident about some of those areas getting on that above normal precipitation. So like I said, it will definitely be something to keep an eye on very closely, especially as we get anywhere from January 18th all the way to the January 26th time frame. So we would definitely need to watch this very closely, as things could definitely be on the active side of things. And that's the same with snowfall. We could be seeing, once again, snowfall pretty much across this entire area right here, and once again does not show as much precipitation across that area, but things could once again very well still change. So we will definitely keep an eye on it for you, as this does look to potentially even be one of those very active patterns as we get into January 18th all the way through the 24th of January. But from what we know so far, though, things are not looking certain about this pattern, but this is definitely something to keep an eye on, as some of the things have been consistent with this. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy today's weather forecast. If you are new here to the channel, make sure to click that subscribe button down below, as we do daily forecasts on this channel, and of course we'll keep you guys up to date with the latest. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up too as well. Those are much appreciated, so make sure to leave a thumbs up if you haven't done that already. And of course, make sure to leave any comments, questions, or concerns that you guys have down below. And of course, make sure to share this with any friends, family, or even on social media that you know. Make sure to do all that, and that would be much appreciated. And I hope you guys all have a great rest of your weekend, and we will see you in the next one. Thank you all so much for watching, and goodbye.